I thought you were just going to say Mark has a lot of issues, and indeed that is the case. As many of you know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is going to be starring in an R-rated Baywatch movie that the star has confirmed will be a raunchy comedy. And now The Hollywood Reporter is claiming they found his co-star. According to the report, Neighbors star Zac Efron will appear alongside The Rock in the film. Mark, buy or sell Zac Efron joining Baywatch. Thanks, Mark. You know, I do like this play a lot because Zac Efron impressed me in Neighbors, and he's not playing a DJ in this one. So, of course, I'm going to want to check out this new Baywatch. Think about what the history of Baywatch has been. It's been about really gorgeous women and hard bodies on the beach. Zac Efron has the best abs in the business right now. Well, maybe The Rock might have something to say about this. But those two guys sparring, going back and forth, having a fun chemistry, I hope is what we get from this movie. And then, of course, let's start casting the females on the beach. That's going to be a little important as well.
Christian?
I buy it, and I buy it because these are the comedies I want to see Efron doing. You're right. He was great in Neighbors. The guy is a good actor. It's just some of these choices when he's doing the DJ movie and the Nicholas Sparks movie. Stop it. Who is his agent? Come on, man. You're picking the right R-rated comedies, I think, because putting him up against The Rock is a smart move. That's going to work. We all bought the Baywatch thing last time. We all talked about it. It could really be a very funny 21 Jump Street-like version of Baywatch. Very smart. Could definitely see him being next to The Rock and really killing this thing. Now, the next role, when you do your drama, don't go after go after something that's good.
Is that your DJ?
That was I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
It doesn't matter. What matters is that this kid needs to start doing real drama, be in real movies, and show what he can do instead of doing this nonsense. But this particular story, I think he's perfect for it. I think that this is what I want to see him do, and I want to see him be outrageous again, because even that stupid movie that he was in with Miles Teller and
that awkward moment.
Yeah, he was good in that movie.
I thought he was quite good.
Yeah,
it wasn't stupid. I
it's
like
not
that
the
movie.
best movie, but he's really good in those roles.
He can carry those. He showed in that movie he can carry those types of like a little more dramatic romantic comedy.
Yeah.
He can carry those things. You know, I would have sold this story because I want to see him doing more drama. We saw in films like Paperboy. We saw in films like, Me and Orson Welles. You know, films like that. This dude has got dramatic acting chops. Why he got involved in this DJ movie, I have no idea. But I did see Neighbors. And it's like, this dude has comedic chops, playing off the right. And that's the key for these types of comedies. It's the chemistry between the players. Does this guy really play well off against this guy? Zac Efron playing against Seth Rogen in Neighbors was a brilliant pairing. It really worked well. So because I saw him pull off chops like that, because I actually liked him in that awkward moment, seeing him in something like this with The Rock, this could be really, really quite cool.
And I don't want to rain on the parade that we're having on the beach right now, but the one concern I do have is that neither one of these guys come from a comedic acting background. Yes, he was great in Neighbors, and The Rock has charisma for days, but who are you going to cast this movie to actually be the kind of wacky, the funny person on the beach? Now, look, there's a lot of roles you could cast in Baywatch. You could have a schlubby lifeguard, but these two guys don't necessarily come from that world, so I'm interested to see how they do together.
You know who you got to put in this movie? You got to put T.J. Miller in this movie. I think T.J. Miller against these two guys would be great, and you gotta get Kristen Wiig in this movie. I think Kristen Wiig would be hilarious.
See, I gotta go the other side on that. I think that you're getting too silly and too goofy if you throw those guys in there. I like both of them. I like Kristen Wiig and T.J. Miller, but I like that. I disagree. I think The Rock has amazing comedy chops. I think we've seen it before in Saturday Night Live. We saw it in The Other Guys when the brief thing that he's been in. His comedy, The Rock has amazing comedic timing, and we know that Zac Efron, not the ultimate star as far as being but he held his own against Seth Rogen. So I don't necessarily, as long as they can hit the comedic beats, I don't need there to be that top comedian, because I think that'll take away from what we're trying to do here. Because even Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill, we didn't know exactly, even though Jonah Hill,
he comes from a comedic background.
Jonah Hill does, so I guess, but Channing Tatum really shined in that role. So I don't know. I don't necessarily want to say a big, huge comedy star in a main role. I don't mind in like a little small role here and there, just pepper it in there. But I want to see what these guys can do comedically.